Hello, this will be a brief introduction to the envelope DAHDSR algorithm on the disting NT. This was ported from the disting EX. There's a much more comprehensive video about it on the X, which applies perfectly well, but I'll just run through some of the key features just to give you a flavour of it. So I've got it patched in into this analog patch using the Expert Sleepers analog modules, MIDI through the FH2. I've got a gate patched in here, which is triggering the envelope, and the envelope signal itself is coming out of here, multed to the filter and VCA. So as it looks now, that's a basic attack, decay, sustain, release with a sustain on the gate. Trigger mode, trigger if you don't want it to worry about sustains. That will just do the whole envelope once when you trigger it, however long you trigger it for. Let's go back to gate for now. Explore some of the shape options. So it's a multi-stage envelope. So before the delay, before the attack, you can have a delay. You see where I hit the key. So that's that, and then there's the attack, as you'd expect. And then there's a hold stage, which is between attack and decay. And then there's the decay. Notice that more if I put the sustain down a bit, maybe not that low. So, and then sustain. Which can actually go below 0 if you want the envelope to do that kind of a thing. Let's put that back up there a bit. And then there's release. Like so. So normal kind of ADSR, but with some extra stages. Adjustable shape. For the attack and the decay and release sections. So, and then range is like a time multiplier, so super quick. Slower and really very slow indeed. So that's the shape. There we go. Routing, I won't dive into too much in here, but there are some other trigger modes which I want to talk about, or specifically the clocking mode. You can clock the whole time of the envelope to fit an incoming clock pulse or MIDI clock if that's more convenient. So let me just change that to that one. Clock source MIDI, let's call it a quarter note, and then let's set, so I've got the FH2 generating a trigger which is going to come in here. There's also a little sample player here which is going to play a kick drum on quarter notes. There we go. Let's just try something else. Let's do looping, because then we can obviously hear that it fits to the clock. There we go. And then if we actually get it to trigger from the same pulse, then it will be actually in sync as well as the right speed. So we can just quickly go to our routing and change the trigger input to the one that's got the kick on it. So there we go, that's just a quick intro to the complex envelope generator on the disting NT.